Hey, buddy, why don't you and me, we have a little talk about the like button down here? I hit it. I think you should hit it too. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Welcome to the family.
Oh, baby, you're my digital dream. Bitcoin's glowing in the moonlit stream. No bank can hold this fire we ignite. Decentralized, we're burning through the night. Your touch is like a blockchain, so secure. Every move you make, I'm wanting more. Just you and me, where freedom's gonna win. Just you and me, where freedom's gonna win. Slide into my wallet, let's make it quick. Peer-to-peer hearts are cryptographic. You're my private key, unlock my soul. With every coin you're taking full control. Bitcoin, you're so sexy, got me hypnotized. Rising in my heart, see the spark in my eyes. Oh, you're untouchable, yet you're mine tonight. Bitcoin, baby, oh my love, my life. Cross the borders, baby, no one's in our way. Global love, we're spending night and day. No feast can slow this passion that we send. Our world's forever, love that won't end. You're my hedge against the world's cruel games. In your arms, I'm safe from fiat's flames. Pseudonymous, you whisper in my ear. Only you and I know what's happening here. Slide into my wallet, let's make it quick. Peer-to-peer hearts are cryptographic. You're my private key, unlock my soul. With every coin you're taking full control. Bitcoin, you're so sexy, got me hypnotized. Rising in my heart, see the spark in my eyes. Oh, you're untouchable, yet you're mine tonight. Bitcoin, baby, you're my love, my life. 21 million, you're rare, you're divine. Every Satoshi's calling, saying you'll be mine. No government can stop this, no chains hold us down. In this crypto love, we're the talk of the town. Yeah, come closer, darling, let's mine this day's life. Bitcoin's a rhythm, set it heart so tight. In this blockchain love, we'll forever stay free. And Bitcoin, you're the only one for me. Bitcoin, you're so sexy, got me hypnotized. Rising in my heart, see the spark in my eyes. Oh, you're untouchable, yet you're mine tonight. Bitcoin, baby, you're my love, my life.
I'm watching the charts, the candles glow red. Overbought signal screwing with my head. RSI spiking, it's a dangerous high. Crowds chasing hype, but I know it's a lie. Support's gonna break, I've studied the trend. Yeah. my beat. Sell the peak, let the price come crashing down. Ride the drop while the weak hands drown. I'm the maverick trading smart in this game. Cutting through the noise, I'll never be tamed.
How's this one, Habibs? You got it? You hear it? Is that thumbs up? You flipping me off? All right. You can hear me though, right? Okay. I'm good at this. I'm really good at this.
I size my trade small, keep my risk inside.
All right, button 1. Testing button 1 now.
Death cross forms, the chart's gonna crack.
Button 2. All right, go get Road Dog.
Low leverage only, I'm playing it clean. Volatility's wild, but I'm living the dream.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for the biggest train wreck in crypto history. The most interesting, unusual, weird-ass freaking crypto technical analysis show on the YouTube today.
Did he just say on the YouTube? The YouTube. You're a boomer. The YouTube.
Sometimes I look at it when I'm at the Walmart.
Oh my God. Oh, you're waiting on me.
Jesus. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I trust that. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dog, where we take a look at the market and what else do we do? Besides just pray that these altcoins will start seeing better days than what they have in the past, and they're starting to, but gosh darn it, they're just not doing enough. They have let us down. There's no doubt about that. I'm very disappointed with you guys. I think you could do a lot better, but given, you know, the state of the world right now, I mean, it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, behind me you see the altcoins from the daily. We got a little bit of downside, but it's not too bad. We'll come over here to the Bitcoin chart. Now, I'm looking, or was, it may not happen, or it may still happen. The possibility of coming back down here to this area, maybe to retest this little Fibonacci. It's a green one, so that's a 382. And this is a great place to bounce, to make a bottom pattern. We've been over here before. I'm on the 15-minute chart, by the way. So here, Friday, the 30th, that was 2 weeks ago we were down here. Wow, we've been here before. We were down here way lower that Thursday, June the 5th, and then our most recent escapade down here on another Thursday. Well, that kind of odd. Why are you guys dumping us toward the weekends and then pumping us through the week, only to dump us again? So if you look at the what happened here, we had a good little comeback on that Saturday. That was great, and they got us on into not just to Sunday, but also into Monday. Now I think that's interesting. So I don't know. I'm starting to think, well, maybe we might have another little chance of something nice like that happening. Could it happen? There is a lot of resistance over here. We got some bearish crosses, but we got some good things that are in the right order there. We got some things trying to happen on the smaller time frames, and I don't think this is going to be a terrible place. And if we do, $100,000 area where we were at before, I mean, we would test that first, and that should hold. A lot of people talking about 94. It is on the table to look at. You can't diss that. You got to be real and acknowledge that. But what's also real is that the 100K area is now kind of considered the new 20K. This is our new floor. And that's going to be the sweet spot, man. You're getting close to 100,000. Oh, man, you did awesome. This is me listening to people in the future when Bitcoin is running like a $275,000 stock. You're like, man, I wish I got in back then. It is so wild because I remember Bitcoin being $235 at one point. I remember it being at $400 and me just being so disgusted from that big $600 price tag drop that I said, screw it, I just want out. This thing is falling. This ain't nothing. And of course, what happens after you do things like that, especially when you're new to all this and everything, right? Yeah, yep, it took off and went right back. And I was like, well, gosh darn it, maybe there is something to it. I did that a couple of more times before I got into the game a lot more seriously here, and it took a while to finally get into where, you know, we have bigger numbers in there because they just weren't growing for those so many first years. How many people can relate to that? Feels like you just keep feeding this crypto market. But then there is a point where you learn about it and understand that what's going on with it, and then you can start doing what those old whales did. They weren't whales. Bitcoin made them massive whales in those cycles, and there's a lot of big money out there that got in Bitcoin cheap that were smart enough to put it away, stash it away, and not feel like, oh, well, it's as high as it's going to go. I'm going to sell and get out now. Wish I'd done more of that, but I didn't. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. I'm going to have a lot of that, so let's not try to have any more coulda, woulda, shouldas anyway. So I got the horizontal line and a diagonal line. I call it a trend line. Some people might even call it a supply line. I don't care. It's a line, baby. I connect the bottoms, and that's all I need to know. And she has a good chance to bounce off of it. And when she doesn't, and then my ears perk up and say, something is a-changing. Until then, there's not much of a panic. But where we came down to, so far, you know, that's holding pretty good. That was a 0.5. That 0.5 Fibonacci retracement that we came down to, and that's fine. You always hear about the 618, you know, probably in a lot of your courses and things like that, or the people you watch are always looking for the 618s. But just to let you know, this stuff changes on the strength of the market. There's like a little scale that we're like walking through here, and the more bullish we get, well, the less that these things, the less likely the lower. It doesn't come down as low anymore. There was a season we were looking for 786s and these bottoms for a while when we were in accumulation and we were trying to bounce and do something. 618s are coming in. 0.5s, that seems to be about the ones that you want to keep your eyes on there. And if she stops doing the 0.5s on a routine basis, I mean, you'll get variations, but that's a good sign right there. Then we can, you know, it comes a little bit weaker there. So we got another little trend line hanging out right here that we can start. I'm just going to go down to the wick and just play it that way. And that's another one that we can hold on our way up. So I've got this little target over here. I think it's blue, so it's probably a measured move. It might have been a Fibonacci. I would look for some resistance here. This is a good area. I personally kind of like the 786 area. Doesn't mean that the price can't just blast up beyond it, because that's what it did last time. I was trying to be a little conservative on this stuff. That's about 107, and that's the area that I've been looking at for a while. And actually, if you take a bigger pull, Fibonacci pull from up here, down there, and that gets us about to the 618. Now, 618s are still good for rejection. Don't get me twisted, but you got to always pay attention to the 0.52 right now. So I can see it's about 107.5, maybe up to 108. Now, she can go with the 600 being above the 800 moving average like that. We can go up higher. We can even 886 this little guy. Actually, I do like that target. For what we're doing in the range and everything, I'm actually eyeballing this guy. So if we do get a pump up, say Monday and Sunday and Monday, if that's the scenario, if that's what they're trying to play, before they come back down midweek or something. If they try to do that stuff again, I think we can get back up to 109. Maybe a possibility 1087. But let's see what we can get going on here. There's low liquidity on the weekend, not many people in the market, and the whales aren't dumping us. They're not wanting to sell. What does that mean? Well, if they ain't going to be selling, I wonder if they're trying to buy, since we're kind of low. So between now and the end of summer, I think we will experience a lot of fluctuations. I think we will see a range, and we might be coming up here to close to our all-time highs, and we might be coming right back down here to 100 again. In my personal opinion, if I were a big player, I would want to be able to accumulate above 100, or close to 100,000 before the demand starts kicking in. And the scarcity of Bitcoin starts kicking in, and 100,000 will be a bargain. I'm not scared at all about Bitcoin going into a strong bear market, like it going back to 30, 40, 50,000, 60,000, maybe not even 70,000 at this point. I'm getting to where I think that would be really hard to do, unless all the big boys just wanted to sell all at once. But they've already got their skin in the game, buying in these prices now. They're starting to stabilize this area around 100,000, in my personal opinion. Let me come over to the chat and see you guys, and we'll kind of get into our indices, start looking at the altcoins, and yeah, that's the ones that have been the real disappointment so far. But I've got some new music in the background, and it's light on lyrics. There's a few phrases that come out every now and then, some little positive affirmations or hint. It's positive stuff, good trading stuff and stuff like that. Channel stuff too. So we'll try this out and see how this does for some background music for us here. Let me say hello to everybody. Do I have the right one? Sean smells of pickles. He always smells of pickles. I don't know why. So shout out to everybody here. We got Ave Medina, Thurston Howard the Third. That is very clever. Thurston Howard the Third. I can't whistle anymore, or I'll be whistling Gilligan's Island. We got Goose Curve That Mountain. Brackets Adventures was first. Hey, congratulations, my man. Long or short? Well, it really just depends on the room temperature, mostly, or water temperature. That will do it too. I would say I'm at a happy medium at the moment. Gator, how's it going, my friend? Brackets Adventure says, love the cowbell on the show, and I love that comment. And here is Joe, fellow YouTuber here on YouTube. If he was a YouTuber, that would make sense, wouldn't it? That was kind of redundant. Hey, this is Joe, a fellow trade educator. I'm getting lost for words here. Check him out. He streams every day. I don't know. He might even stream tonight after my stream, maybe. And I'm going to try to have mine wrapped up by 12. I started a little bit early, and I may be trying to swing a little bit like 10 o'clock at least on the weekends. But this is Joe. Go check out his channel. Give him a like, a subscribe. Check him out. He's got good alpha over there. And if he does go live, I'm always over there just hanging out and seeing his viewpoint on everything. He's got good things to teach you, good skills that you need, good rules, good principles that you need, good foundations. And if you're struggling, well, you got to start there. And Joe is one of the best that just, is good at driving that home. And his charts are really pretty, a lot prettier than mine are. He's always had pretty charts. Oh, look, there's the Tangem wallet. I guess we'll shill that right now. Was that a new one? Oh, I hadn't seen that. What is that? Is that pizza? I think they're coming out with, the sale? A family pack? They got a family pack now. Oh, did they finally do that? I hope they put like 10 wallets, 10 cards in there. And that way you could mix or match between, have 5 wallets or 3 sets or something. That would be cool. So if you like Tangem, you can go to the website and order them, or you can just get the app, because it works with your phone. You got to have a certain phone, NFC enabled phone. Most new phones are fine for it. Older phones you might have to question, but you can actually order them through the app. So however you order, if you use my code, you get 10% off. But just to be honest with you, they got something going on around to June 16th, 2 more days, 15% off. Doesn't help me out, but it'd help you out. And so, hey man, that's the biggest thing, right? And we got the PayPal. But Tangem Wallet and the ring, they still got that. That's still the same price though, right? The ring is cool. All right, so Bitcoin here on the 1 hour. Doesn't really mean too much to me, honestly. Just we're up here. I like to zoom out. I think it's important to zoom out to realize where you are in the world. And wow, gosh darn it, we still right up here toward the top. I like to have a chart and just do things all over. I just do. And I'll try to be quick about it. But the biggest idea that I'm looking at, and I keep saying this all the time, if we bounce, and so far we've been holding it. Now, let me say, they don't normally hold it. Usually we don't usually bounce off of this 236 unless it's a really freaking bullish ass move. And so far she's given us those signs, and a bullish ass move from here if we were able to find ourselves bouncing from this area. And when I say bounce, what I don't want to see is for us to, come down here. I mean, that can happen. That is still good. Even if we came down to 97,000, we are still good for a good move. That would take us up to 135. If we came down here, we could have a legitimate target right here at 135. If we bounce from here, oh my gosh, we're heading up here somewhere around 145, close to 150, maybe. Or could. I'm not going to say, I don't speak in absolutes, and I don't think we should. I think that's a disservice. There's a lot of analysts out there that will speak in absolutes, and I don't know. I think we should do a movement. We've got we need some kind of ethics kind of thing, or maybe some kind of what are they? A society, a TA society. I'd like to be a part of a TA society. That might be fun. TA society. But where there's ethics to go by, and I think one of the ethical things is if you're an analyst, you wouldn't speak in absolutes or something. Like, how many times do I hear people that would kind of like a journalist, they got rules to go by. I used to study journalism, and so there's certain guidelines and rules, and so they keep you doing things right instead of making your own news up like they do these days. Or twisting news around like they do these days. Seems like I guess that didn't help them out much. Maybe it wouldn't help us out much either. But I hear a lot of people say, well, if we get past this point, it's going to fly. You don't know that. You don't know that. You're talking absolutes. We're definitely going to 150 if we get past this area. We're going to 150. Absolutely. I mean, we don't know that. We don't know that. So always speaking in possibilities, and that was one of the earliest little things that I'm glad that I picked up on from my mentor, and it was in the trading group, CB Crypto Revolution Trading Group. He actually did mention that enough to where I thought, I see what you're saying there. The possibilities, when you speak in absolutes, it creates a bias. And this is where we start getting into the psychological aspect of trading. And we don't need any more mind fucks than we already have. and definitely don't need somebody else adding more to us, saying, "Oh, if this happens, then this will happen." It doesn't. It doesn't. But if it slips out of my tongue, if it happens to slip out of my mouth, I mean it always in possibilities and probabilities, never in absolutes. Never know what's going to happen. Now, I got a system that tells me that I've got a good chance if we bounce here that we could reach up to these areas. And that's great, but we don't have any confirmation that that's even trying to happen right now. But if it do, I'd have an AB equals CD move to 140, about $141,000, and that would be pretty amazing. But you know what? If it didn't, then I would be looking at 135. And even if we came down, this might click a light bulb on for some of you. This might take a lot of mystery stuff out for some of you. And if I need to adjust my fibs. And if I were to come down to the 0.5 area, I could reasonably expect to go to 130. So all these areas are good. If I were to come down to the $88,000 area, and that would be scary as hell, I could still have a possibility of play of a 1-1 move to get me going to 126. Those are all positive places to bounce. However, in this point in the market, we don't need to look at these guys down here. We need to bounce off of one of these two guys right here. Now, the Ichimoku cloud that I have in the background is kind of giving me some clues, and that's one reason why I have it on there. We come into it, we come over here into this area here, we're going to be smack dab in the middle of that cloud, and that makes me think the chances of this holding would be a lot lower and that we might actually come down to this one. That's what the cloud tells me, because it likes to take price. If price gets into it, she's going to suck it into it and then spit it out. And if we do that, in my personal opinion, if we break this area, you might want to save some dry powder for something a little lower than 97, and that would be around the 93, 94 area. And I think some people are kind of mentioning those areas too. There's some other things here, the 100 moving average. So we lose a 50 heading toward the 100. We'll probably catch here, but I don't think it would stick. And this would be going all summer. That's not what we need. That's not what we need. If that scenario played out and we go through the summer and July, and then we got to start coming up in August and September, I guess it could play out. And then we go crazy through September. I guess it could, but gosh darn it, who wants to do that? And then think about this. If that starts happening, altcoins are gone. Again. If that scenario were to happen, I believe I would probably consider maybe exiting altcoins, depending on what this chart says. This is the total 3. This has to do mostly with altcoins. Can you guys hear me okay? Seems like I'm having trouble hearing myself here tonight. Let me turn me up just a little bit. Okay. So this is probably one of the most important charts to me right now, and it being an index, it just represents all of our altcoins, but it as a collective can kind of give us signs of what's happening in the whole crypto market, right? This is total 3. All the altcoins excluding Ethereum and Bitcoin. And I'm looking here on the daily, and we are in that cloud, and that sucks. And that does mean, we could come lower, just like what we were talking for Bitcoin doing. We've already got into that cloud, and that does suck. There's a little sliver of red over there. It's opposite of what we want to see right now. It would suck to see altcoins drop back down to 7 billion. I don't. It's a possibility. Okay, it's a possibility. We got some other things saying, well, it should be harder for that to happen because of these other reasons, and we'll go back over them. But let's just, let's be real. Was it the sell in May, walk away people? Did they win again? Did they call it again? It seems like they get it all the time. And during selling May walk away, you always got somebody saying, nah, this ain't selling May walk away, we're getting ready to blast off. That seems to be the general consensus at the time. It always is at the tops, it seems. All right, so we still got support from our little inverted head and shoulder reversal pattern that had a 60-something% chance to come back and retest the trend line of it, 64, 65, I think. It did, but now we're back there again, and that sucks. And we also broke any kind of new trend line that we had there. Basically, we still got some wiggle room. In my personal opinion, I think we still got wiggle room to try to come back up. But this is a danger area right here. And when it comes to Ichimoku strategy, this is considered no man's land. There's a strategy for Ichimoku indicator, and you don't buy or sell here because it's no man. It's like a kind of like a neutral territory, and you don't have your confirmation on what direction it's going to go. But usually what we see with these green things is it comes down here. That would suck. We got some areas of support. I see bullish crosses here, and I see good momentum. It's just a little sideways. It's just, you see this, it's just strongly sideways. This is the strong current that we're in right now. So if we were to fall down to this current, it'll probably sweep us up with it and help us to kind of get back in shape there. But we may not need to, because this little current line that we're on right now, this 100, that might have enough strength to kind of push us back up to where we can come back to this current, that 50 moving average, and we might be able to just ease our way out of this little green mossy area of sticky gooey slime that we find ourselves in this scummy little pond here. 200 moving averages up here, and that's also a great place to retest. I see the moving averages look okay. They look promising. And I'm hoping, and we haven't seen it, but we've seen altcoins, some of them kind of hang out. They haven't dropped major or anything over this weekend. And I'm still hoping that they're going to pull that little whoop-de-whoop on us. I kind of expected it a little earlier, so I hope it's still coming. Let's look here on the smaller time frames, the 2 hour. I think the whoop-de-woo's coming. See, on the 2 hour, we got this big thick-ass cloud, right? Possible bottoming structure here, finding some support, getting, a support on a good little Fibonacci area there, getting higher low. And so we should be trying to move up, and maybe we'll get about a few 20, 30, 40 billion dollars come in here over the next day or two. I would hope that would be great. And then they can, dump us down again. It depends on if we can get up to a higher high. If they dump us down, say a Wednesday or Thursday or a Friday next week, well, then we should have a higher low. But if we make a lower low and they start dumping us down on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, well, hold on to your hats. You probably want to make sure you take profits with the lower low. Stop loss is set and all that, because they can come down, or a lower high, because they can come down from a lower low. Maybe I should do it. We don't want to see them come up and not get past this area. We see that first sign that we're starting to lose areas here, and lose momentum here, and then we could set up for something like that and just let them keep playing with us all freaking summer like they like to do. They did it last summer, the little dirty bastards. That was not fun. I think I still have some PTSD left over from what they did to me last summer. Was it their fault? No, it was my fault. You have to do some introspective when you get caught up in some stuff, and ask, well, how did this happen? How did I get here? How can I avoid getting here again? What do I need to do? And you got to come up with some rules and strategies and change things around, and you got to tailor it to yourself. You can talk amongst your peers in our trading group if you like, and share some ideas. That's a great place to kind of share ideas like that on strategy or ideas, or even if you have problems or something. I mean, hey man, I'm open. And, put our heads together and come up with some ideas, options, strategies that might be helpful. But it's a tricky market for altcoins. A lot of resistance over here, but I think it looks like to me like we're trying to get a little bit of something going on here over the next day and two. Maybe it goes into Monday. That might be interesting. They've been trying to fake us out and play with us over there, those silly little market makers. Let me come back to the chat. We'll get on to looking at some altcoins here. That's what most people like about here. Let me put my marker up for a coin request. Hey, Joe is first. Hey, Joe. Congratulations, man. He's got a knack for doing that.
All right.
Sam says the plate is always going around, people. Did you catch the plate? Oh my gosh. Does it itch? Is it going around? Do we need to get a vaccine for the plate? I'm just playing. Oh wow, I missed out on some stuff. Hey, I missed out some stuff. There's some new music out. Let me know what you think about the music in the background. Is that kind of cool just to have there? Not as much, you know, lyrics coming and all that. Holy crap, what did I... Oh, I clicked the link and it took me to IPVanish. That's the VPN service that I use. I've had them for a long time. Never had an issue with them. Like them. But I've also tested when it wouldn't let me get to a certain airdrop. There was only one VPN that would let me get it for the Namda airdrop. I couldn't get to it. I kept getting Gandalf saying, "You shall not pass," and it was DVPN, which is a blockchain-based VPN, and I also got some of those. Well, I mean, I had to buy some of those tokens to use it, and gosh darn it, you catch that sucker cheap. Oh, there's a spread there when it starts. Not a bad idea since the market's dumping to look at that. I want to write that one down. I haven't looked at that one. DVPN. Oh, they changed their name though. I think it's P2P now. They changed their name to P2P, and they did their tokenomics. Now there's fewer tokens, I think, even. Oh, we might ought to take a look at that one. I would put it into the DPIN kind of play, but it doesn't need infrastructure. It's already, but other than whatever you're using. Joe says, I agree. I really don't like when mentors speak in absolutes. It will do this, or it has to go down to this level. Instead of say it might. There's a chance to not have a bias. Yes, and I think, I mean, I think anybody, and I mean, I'm just a small ass channel, but I guess it comes down to everybody's going to have their own different way of doing things and everything. But the people who are really, I think, really in tune with it, or are most in tune with it, pick up on that and say that. To me, I think there's a lot of responsibility on us, as they call us influencers, right? And it's because you hear somebody talk about something and it can persuade you very easy. And then you guys, all these mentors out there actually actively trying to persuade you and manipulate you to send money their way or take, you know, whatever. And even affiliates and stuff like that. And I know we got to have stuff to keep channels going and stuff like that, but sometimes you see them talk about more of that than they do the actual TA or even teaching stuff, and I don't know. It's just kind of wild. But then you got others that are really good and crowdsourced. I know Mitch Ray is crowdsourced. I mean, he doesn't sit there. He doesn't do all of that. I mean, there's ways that they're suddenly monetized, but only sit still in absolutes. I agree. Never speak in absolutes. That's good. TA on Arrow says, meet Damien. Arrow's been doing pretty good, hasn't it? I got that one. Let me scroll down here. Sam says it's time to use the woo-woos. Avi says, I know what the Toenail Crew did last summer. What happens in the metaverse stays in the metaverse. I'm just saying. Hey, Reese John, what's going on? So here's the submit your coin request thing. Okay, and then we got Flare. You know, I kept waiting to get that, and I never got it. If I did, I don't know where it is, what happened to it. I never saw it. Kept holding on to, I think, XRP just to get the Flare. Can you check to see how high LBAI can go? LBAI. Well, I mean, I can see whatever the chart might suggest. And I don't know, maybe we can take a look at market cap and kind of guesstimate, but that's all speculative. Just, you know, but we can take a look. Reese, oh, cool. Got the address. I'll come back to that. Polkadot. You guys are okay. All right. Bobby Medina says down tempo, new wave beats, chill beats, psychedelic. Okay, I need to copy that. And where can I put this? Gosh darn it. Will I look at it over here? I'll tell you what, I'm going to throw it in over here. Sometimes I do this in the... Was there a music section over here? Yeah, I haven't put anything over here in a long time. I'll park that over there. That way I won't forget it. I appreciate that. I appreciate feedback and everything. Smoker's Delight, laws. Justin Crypto says Zeal to Arrow. Take a look at Zeal again. All right, let me go ahead and start some of these, then I can come back. 20 people hanging out. Let's get into it. So let's take a look at Arrow. I think that was one of the first. Look at you. So altcoins might be finally coming out of their bear market. I don't even know of any other way to describe it other than altcoins have just still been in a bear market. And I hope they're ready to change that. Well, this one's a pretty easy one to go with right there. In my personal opinion, this would be the strongest place to shoot for. And that's going to be about $1.03. And even $1.26 for a further target than that. But if we want to kind of get it in a little bit local, because I'm on the daily chart there. I think you got an AB equals CD possibility going on here too. Yetham loud, yet you do, and that's right there at the same area. Same area. Just a wee bit higher. Just a few cents higher. So I think this will play out as an AB equals CD. Which is us just establishing our little trend. And so when it gets up here to about 103, it should get a good correction. It'll probably come back around 89, 83 cents, somewhere through this area. Hopefully. Or at worst, come back down and touch the bottom of the trend line, wherever that might be. Maybe back down here around where it is at the moment. That can happen. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But from here to there, that's pretty good. Or from lower to there is even better if you've already been in it for a while, like if you got into 55 cents. Yeah. So it's 43% gains from where we are now. Not saying buy. You got to make sure we get past, some areas. He's at resistance right now. Could go your way, could go not your way. If you get in now, you got to be cool with it not going your way, being in drawdown. I don't like drawdown. I really don't. I don't like it. But if I were trying to nibble in and focus on prices down here, it'd be little small buys. Little small positions and build the positions as it comes down. It wouldn't be just go in half here or whatever. It wouldn't, or whatever, some people do different, but I wouldn't want to go in harder here and then lighter down here. I wouldn't want to go in, see my $100 turn into 80. But I could put in, 10, 15, 20 and then top it off with that 100 down here or something like that. Whatever amounts that you're using to scale. There are different ways to look at this stuff. This is on the daily. Let's come down here. Oh, that looks nice. Are you trying to do it? I think where pumps are trying to come. However, there's caution with this one because she broke that trend line. But what about the flag to the upside? I know everybody's going to be seeing the flag. But the trend line says that, there's some resistance up here, so we might get a higher high and then a retrace, and then she starts doing something else or forming, going more with this guy here in a channel. Even your channel idea says, yeah, you could still come up here. Channel idea broadens it out a lot more. So aerodrome's starting to look a little strong here. I kind of like this idea. I don't know how long that this new trend line will last there. But you don't want to forget about the previous one because that is still resistance at the moment. And we're going to draw a little red line on that, or orange, or red line, orange line. So she's going to have to fight to get through that. More likely she won't fight to get through it. She'll probably follow along within it. So if she does do something, you might see something along the lines of that. Just an idea. I don't know, but it kind of happens that way sometimes. Let's take a look at if we do lose that area, where will we be coming down to? I guess that would be one of the questions. We don't want to lose the area that we just gained. That would suck. Like if she were to get rejected from here and lose the trend lines and everything, I'd be looking at 65 cents on down to 60, right at 63. But that's not what we're seeing going on right now. Right now we're seeing her trying to do something kind of fun. And here are indicators on the 1 hour. They're good. The MACD trying to do her little crosses. Histograms are lightening up, telling us, hey man, things are getting a little excited here. I like what I see on this one. I think 83 can happen. Can 90 happen too? All right, let's take a look at, was it flare? Bitstamp should have a good chart. She's a little choppy, huh? She's in a choppy area right now. I'm going to zoom out here on the weekly so we can see what's going on. She's got a little bit of weakness on the weekly as well. So it may not be a great week for it. Do a few things real quick. And you went just a wee bit lower. Did you go low enough? I'm just taking a few little measurements here, just looking at a few things, trying to get a read. And I do like this. So she's trying to catch. We made a lower low, but yet it was a higher low from the main one over here. So we're still kind of, we're still good. But this one doesn't need to break that again. And it's holding the 236 fib. So that's a sign of strength to me. She's making the flag out there. Next target I would look for real would be somewhere between 24. And then this little guy right here. Right about 28 cents. So it looks like that over the next week or so, we can start trying to push up there. All right, so we did the weekly has come to the daily and see what it looks like. A lot of resistance right up here at 21 where we were before. So we don't want to see it come up here and do some kind of little double top scenario or get rejected at the same area. I mean, we can see it, but if it breaks this area again, then we're coming back down for something ugly. Don't want to see that happen. More than likely, it looks like it might be trying to come back down and retest, and then we see. So it looks like it's trying to head down a little bit right now. 4 hour. The 4 hour is really the one that I'm really watching the closest for, especially on weekend price action. And is trying. She's trying to flip the ribbon. They've been trying to do this for, gosh darn, about a month, seems like. Well, I guess since the end of March, to try to see these crosses happen on this time frame, and eventually they will, and that's a very bullish sign. So not sure if we got our local bottom in. I think so. Okay, it looks a little bit more promising. We got a trend line there. It's got some angle to it, so there's a good chance that it's got it and it's trying to hold it, and that we're trying to establish a little channel to run through. And there's usually confluence on the other side of that angle if you take it. And so we got a channel idea, and that also kind of points us toward here. After we get past 21, looks like 24, and who knows, maybe 28 could be it for flare. So 35% to there. So I'll share this in the group. Not saying to get in. You can. I mean, to me, I think this is a fairly good place if you're wanting to try to play this. But I think for most people, there's like maybe targets to take some profit or to do something. It's what I'm going to put out. Just take profit targets there. FLAR. This is flare. 4 hour. And those would be our swing targets. Possible entry. Current level. With a tight stop. All right. I don't want to compress an image. Ah, crap. How you doing? It does that. Okay, I do want to compress the image. There we go. Compress the image and it'll put the big picture on there. And then you just click on it and you can see what it looks like. There's some ways you do it and it'll actually take you to the TradingView app or something like that. And I never did like that. I was like, just show me the picture, dude. I just want to see the picture. All right, so flare looks kind of interesting. Come to smaller time frames. What are you doing right now? Yeah, she's still fighting right now. She could go all through this range, 17, 18 cents for a little while. Could. All right, so we looked at arrow, right? We looked at flare. LBAI, I don't know what that is. Lemmy the Bat. Okay. Let's go. Oh, yeah, there's contract address too. Let me go back and get that. I just remembered that. Did I do something wrong there? She ain't coming out. This should be for everything, right? Maybe I want to... Solaxi? LBAI. Lemmy the Bat. I've got this. That's as close as I can get, but it doesn't match up with the contract that you gave me. Or if that was it. But this appears to be Lemmy the Bat. The only one that was showing up over there. It's bouncing off the 618, huh? So far, so good. You can argue for a inverse or a head and shoulders. Let me come to a smaller time frame, probably see a little bit better, but you got it. You got a neckline for one, and you got a lower shoulder. That's one of the biggest things I look for. Just because things got three tops doesn't, or three peaks doesn't necessarily make it a particular pattern per se. But this is one of the things I look for. One of the key things is a lower right shoulder. And so that kind of puts you into this area down here. If it confirms, it hasn't yet confirmed. It hasn't lost this level. So once it loses this area that it's at now, there's 4 zeros after a decimal, 4 zeros, and then 2273. It could come down to 1354. And well, that's not it, was it? How do you do price labels over here? Same thing, right? So yeah, this 1380. Oh, it's actually at 1389 is what I got on my fib, and that would be retesting the top of these guys. All right, so now here's another situation. Here's another scenario where this is a fake out. That maybe it does catch here. And what that would be doing is making the waves, because we would be looking at like an Elliott wave thing. She'd start out here. Wow, this thing draws weird. Come up here, and then this next wave down, this would be 1, 2, this would be number 3. Your number 4 cannot come down to this one. So it would need to bounce somewhere above that. If we see that happen, then we can look for coming back up here or maybe higher. You'd be going for your last and final wave, which would either come up for a double top or come up higher. But it should be coming up at least here, at least here. And if it does, then that idea would give you what's the gains? Oh shoot, that's like 200% gains on a move like that. So I mean, it's already lost. I can't even do it. Why are you doing that weird? Ah, geez. I can't even work this thing. It's already lost about 50%, something like that. Already given up the gains there. But if she does come down that area, or maybe just a little bit lower, we could be doing that if this area breaks. But I just want to give you the other alternative. If you don't see this neckline area, or this area where we're at now, lose, could be a fake out. Could be. And some people might see it as an ascending triangle idea. There's several different ways you can try to read that. So inverted head and shoulders reversal pattern could be the trend lines where we'd look at, and could go down to 22 or 12, 28 even, or it could be the little fake out Elliott wave thing. I would be interested in that, since this was just got started. I would be interested to see what it does. If she starts getting bullish, if she bounces here and starts looking on the smaller time frames that she's changing trend, making higher highs and higher lows in the smaller time frame, then that could add to your bag while she's down in these little areas here. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. See, now that's the one of the benefits of not going by absolutes. It was like, look, it's a shoulder, head and shoulder to the downside, and then boom, your analysis is done. You're not open to any idea where what it might be doing otherwise, right? You're just assuming you're going to be right. Head and shoulders always happens. Yep. No, it doesn't. They do fake out, especially at this point in the market when they're trying to play with us. So patterns are cool, but you know, and I like patterns a lot, and I use them a little bit different when I use them a lot different when I first started. When I first started, I used to use them like most of the little 1 minute gurus teach you. Let's squeeze it on there, put it on there, make it stick. Just figure out what. Oh, look, we got that. We got and never zooming out to see the big picture. And I kept wondering, why the hell? Why did that not work? Why did that not work? Why did this flag not work? Why that? It was one of the last lessons to click with my head. I don't know why, because I was really big on trend lines. And I was like, hey man, would you break a freaking trend line? And look, you got one right here. Are you on Magnet? Oh gosh darn it. Well, I'm going from, I don't know, for that second thing. It was, I don't like you, Magnet. I'm sorry, I just don't. You might have one there. It might also, or it could be bouncing off here and get back into it. That would be cool. That'd be a cool little test. I want to look for that. I don't want to leave that there. If I see it get back in there, that would be, it's like, oh, yeah. All right, so how high can it go was the question, though, wasn't it? That was the question. I forgot. I got distracted there. And I touched on that. So really, if we're out, you want to use the Elliott wave thing? Oh, I gotta blow you up here. Oh, I think we already got our third wave. So another reason why I think that this might be a wave 3 is because that's the wave 3 target right there. If we're now, I'm not an Elliott wave expert at all. It's not my trading strategy. I would probably just flip over the indicator if Elliott was over here, but we don't have him established over here like we do on TradingView. Okay. I would stick with this guy here. Honestly, I think it's going to come up and do a double top. If it doesn't, then you got this idea. So if you want to ask me how high, did I think it could go based on what I can see here? An AB equals CD pattern, or move, a 1-1 moves, basically all that means. And that's how the markets will move. That's 75.59, and then I would look at this area 56. Those would be some good places to get paid. And there's a few areas. If we go, well, no, for what it should be doing right now, it needs to at least get there, right back in this area, and that'd be 130% and 213 in that scenario. So that is a possible and probable scenario. It's got a good probability, in my personal opinion, as long as we don't lose this area. We lose that different area, then we got a different scenario going on. But that's some hopium. All right, so I think she's in her fourth wave, trying to go to a 5. No, I think she can go up. All right, let me come back over to the chat. We got some fan funding going on. I have to. You got it, Turkey. Let's go. Thank you, Reese John. Appreciate that. Hopefully that gave you some insight there. And I hope it works out that way. We don't know what's going to happen ever, but that's a possibility that I kind of see. Let's take a look. Is it DOT? Was that one of the requests? DOT? Haven't looked at DOT in a while. Oh my gosh, are you real? For real? Oh man, that really makes me sad. Keep some of this stuff up, but I would rather just kind of update this stuff. I don't know when. Looks like it was somewhere around January when we were looking at it on this chart before. Man, that sucks for DOT. And so one of the mistakes that I did do early, it was at the end of the bear market, or when the bear market was in full swing, before the bull market started, when DOT was coming down and she was down in these areas, you know, I was DCAing in around these areas here. And I probably will not do that again, because I was, you know, was still on the hype from last cycle about the possibilities of this and all the excitements. And I'm bringing this up because I think this is a trap that, especially if this is one of your first cycles or something like that, that you need to avoid. And that's that that attraction, that attachment that we still have to projects that we were in or wanted to be in that did really well, just, you know, in this current cycle. Between when this cycle ends and the next cycle starts, you don't know what the hell is going to happen to those projects. And this one was really strong last time, but it was just it was a more a complicated idea. It had too many bugs and too many things to work out and issues to solve. And they ended up scrapping that and going with something. They've had to rewrite their script so many times. So it's not a solid project. It's not. And that's why we're seeing this price stuff. They just don't have their stuff together. They were too slow and other things happen. And, you know, it's just, maybe they can turn around. I'm not saying that, but look at it where it is at bottoms again at 378. Now, if you want to take a chance on it, you can, but man, it getting back past $12, I mean, that's going to be iffy, because that was December. This was 2 years ago. Maybe, you know, at the very tail end of this bull market, maybe they could put it up here, and maybe we can come up to a Fibonacci area. But let's kind of see what that might look like, because I doubt that we see all this come from it, right? And so $15, we haven't even made it up to there. So that's as high as I can see it going, for real. Until it shows me something different, that's all I can expect out of this one. And that would just be a pity hype of a pity target. So, oh, poor little coin, somebody needs to buy you. We'll buy you. And get enough people doing that might be what takes us up there. I don't know, because until they do something, I'm not aware of them doing anything major that's going to just pull a bunch of money over to that ecosystem. So we got that, but she's definitely at bottom prices to accumulate right through here. I don't think that she'll go too much lower. I don't. But she's really testing those lows again, isn't she? Let's take her temperature over here. Polka dot, and so this is her 236 right here for local, just like we had this one over here. So that's their next target that we need to really focus on, is $5.22. Now there's a play here. Or for somebody that's still in this, maybe you got a bag of this. I got a bag of it. I've gotten out of them. I used to have quite a bit of this, and now I think I might have maybe 100 of them. But even if it does come back down to 338 to retest this area for some kind of double bottom scenario, which that in itself gives you a good target. If you're trying to do a double bottom, a W pattern, 527, you gotta do that to make that pattern complete, right? And that's what it tries to do, unless it's going to do something like that and go lower. But if we were making a bottom pattern, that's what we're looking for, so that makes that target good. So if you had a bag of it and could add to it to where you can get in profit to get out at 42%, or maybe de-risk it that way if that's what you're trying to do, or maybe you hold on to it and see if it does something. But where she stands right now for this weekend, well, she's had a good play. She hit 786. That's got a good chance to bounce here. This has got a good chance to hold, in my opinion. So this is where I would look for my first nibbles if I was going to try to do it. And I would reserve some other extra little nibbles in case we come down to this 886. If we do, that kind of tells me, oh man, we're probably going to range. If we bounce here, I'm thinking we're trying to come up here to 563. And put that little higher high in from here. And that's what it needs to do. We put a higher high in, higher low, needs to put another higher high in. My target area for that, based on my system, is 563. Will it get there? Well, if it goes in a bullish trend, prices will get somewhere eventually anyway. But that's one of the key areas I look for in my system. And my system does pretty good. Well, sometimes we come back and go, look, nailed it. And that's what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing to do that. And does it always work? No, it doesn't always, because everything's not always an A equals CD. Everything doesn't always give you that one-to-one move. It may just give you a 618 move. It just may give you a partial move. Maybe we'll just come up to here. Let me come back to the chat. Let's make sure I got some of these coins here. Oh, hey, Medina, thank you so much for the, I think it's a super sticker. Thank you for that. We are 100% crowdfunded here. 3 years in, and 1,847 subscribers, which I am totally grateful for. I did think it would be more by 3 years, though. I did. I don't know. We kind of evolved, and I don't know. The turkey does get. I think the turkey's gotten more subscribers than the voodoo doll did. So we're turkey. Coming back to the chat, let me get my coin list out. For some reason, I thought I was getting a lot of coins written down, but maybe just because I had some on there already. Joe says, loving the TA, so true. We don't know what's going to happen. All we have is probabilities. Yeah, I have a song about this. Joe's been cranking out them songs. I finally been doing a little of the song stuff too. Trying to get a little bit back into it. Fibonacci forensics, that's Sam. Update, they caught the guy that stole husband's truck and broke in my car by fingerprints. Good. He needs to suffer the consequences of that action. No truck found, sadly. Oh man, that's bad. Well, you got insurance, so maybe it's a new truck. Polka dot. Okay, so we got polka dot, and I hope it does better. I really do. Oh, I know some people. Okay, some people might be seeing this as a head and shoulder. I mean, I guess you can make an argument for it as a top reversal pattern, but geez, I don't see a solid neckline there. I got to see a good solid. Well, I guess you can. Oh, it broke it. Yeah, you can make that argument. I look for this pattern like at tops, where they normally play out the best is like when we have a nice run up and we start forming. That's where I want to look at them. I want to look at them when we're close to another top, or there's another, in the toppy areas. I don't want to look for a shoulder, head and shoulder on the bottom, because that's not it. Have you ever seen this? While we're talking, I'm just talking about head and shoulders right now. I think Joe was hitting on this on this show today too, and it's so cool because YouTube, when it comes to TA, there's good ones out there, and I see a lot of them. I see more good people, even if their styles, we don't agree on the styles and things like that. There's a lot of good people with good alpha out there. There really are. There's a lot of it. There's a few out there that are just doing, I don't know, but they're very successful at getting click farming and just getting everybody. But you'll see them, look, shoulder, head and shoulder. Okay, you see that, and okay, that might be a thing, but then you also in the the next breath you'll see and shoulder, head and shoulder to the downside. Seen it many times, and like, oh my god, for real. And we were talking about that, and this comes to our responsibility, I think, as the content creators here, and especially dealing with something that involves money and investing and anything like that. Man, come on, dude. The people, when you watch something, we have a tendency as humans to hear what we want to hear. Okay, here's how all this crap works. Okay, we as people, we hear what we want to. We hold on. If somebody says something that resonates, we hold on to that. Okay, if we're telling you every situation that's going on, you're going to more than likely remember that and resonate with the thing that you feel. If you feel it's bearish, because this is all perspective. Your reality is based on your perspective, on your perception. All right. Reality is based on your perception. How you interpret everything that's going on around you is how you interpret it through it. You may be wrong on your interpretations, all right? You think somebody's mad at you, but they're really not. They just woke up and go, they're still maybe feeling grumpy, or they just have a resting bitch face. But you think they don't like you. You build up the ideas in your head. You think that this person that you're marrying is going to be the Prince Charming or the princess and everything. Then you find out, oh crap, man, she's got OnlyFans. You build up something in your mind. I don't know. So I think it's very dangerous for people that do that. I think it's just, I don't think it's ethical to do things like that. Look, is this. It's also this. It's also this. I mean, we can go through various ideas and point out, but why would somebody do one thing? Why would you want to put a top reversal pattern down on the bottom is beyond me. And that's the first time I think, man, this is kind of full of crap. Anyway, let's go on. We were at the chat. That's what happened. I got on a tangent. It happens. It will come out every once in a while. Grayscale file ETF for DOT. Did they? What? Wait a minute. Grayscale had for an ETF, but they already had a trust, which was one of the reasons why I thought DOT would have promise. It's also one of the reasons why I got into Zen Horizen coin, because they had to trust. Gap Filler says, can you check out Bitcoin dominance? I think we looked at it briefly over here, but yeah, we can take a look at it on the bigger chart. I don't think I did pull it up on the bigger. So I'm pissed at Bitcoin dominance because she just keeps playing with us and playing with our pocketbooks and our emotions and everything. But she is at resistance again. Overall, I see strength. People calling for alt season and all that. What I see with the moving average is, I mean, a rally getting rejected, but it looks like she's ready to just keep on going up to like the 60-70% area. To me, that's my take on it. I don't see anything bearish about it at all, other than maybe here on the weekly a little weakness, but we haven't cleared anything yet. She hasn't given up anything, and she's above the 9 moving average. And my rule is, especially on these bigger time frames, if you're above the 9 moving average, I ain't saying a dang thing bad about you, because that's strong. That's 9 moving average on the weekly shows a strong ass trend, and to recover it, that's strong. I don't see Bitcoin dominance going down at all, or nothing major that we need for an altcoin season. But I was hoping that we'd see some little bit more rejection this weekend. Maybe we might get a week where we can get another little flush down like this. But until I see her break this yellow line, I'm bullish on this one. I'm bullish on it. She just keep making higher highs and higher lows, and until eventually we get past here, and then she'll probably just spurt on up, and we'll see Bitcoin take off to la la la. And altcoins will be like, well, if Bitcoin goes up, if Bitcoin will get on a run, we can ride with it with our altcoins. And then that's all we've been doing, is riding along with it. But they're not ready. The altcoins are not ready to just start exploding against Bitcoin just yet. And I like Total 3 here, and looking, and so I think I still looking that maybe this week we got some good altcoin action coming, but still not going to outperform Bitcoin. And that sucks. So I was going to take a look at this one, DVPN, which is now, oh, they still got it. Centennial's the name of the project. I think they did rebrand. Let's zoom out here. And she's dirt cheap. But she's been down here before. It's been a while though. It's been back. She's back down to January or December 2022. Right here, super ass cheap. Now between 2022 and now, this was December 2023. This was February 2024. That was last year. This was July of 2024. This was November. This was December. Okay, from where we are now back to the very basics of those areas, that's 400% gains. $100 of this at the juicy bottom lows right here for something that you don't mind to push stash away, like for a midterm hold or something like that. Well, even $25 could turn into $100 that easy, or $25 could turn into $250 when it does a 10x if it gets back up to where it was in just a little over a year ago. And to me, this is the nice formation of a nice big ass juicy bottom, baby. We're down on the pimple on the butt cheek right down here, that little mole with hair coming out of it. Well, there was the hair coming out of it, but the other little mole beside that one with the hair coming out of it, that's where we're at right now. And I don't know, even if this one grows a little hair down there, it's still a good place to start nibbling, because you like to nibble the rounded bottoms of the. That's just getting weird. She's rounding out here. This is just a freak random. I've got some. You don't have to have some of this. I don't know. I've had some of this for a while, but imagine having $1,000 in this down here. And we just get back up here to confirm a double bottom, 1100%. $1,000 could turn into 10,000, or $100 could turn into 1,000. The beauty of this particular pattern or idea of bottoming stuff, this is where the big whales slowly accumulate through here. And that's the best way to be a big whale, is to buy it dirt cheap when nobody else is looking at it or wants it. And just the measure move from that takes us up to this area here. And now imagine holding this, and we get lucky here, and that's 2,000%. That's 20x just to get there. Now, if this one happens to take off, crypto takes off, they're like, hey man, there's VPNs over, and it gets some hype behind it. I mean, this is where it was 0.00. It's 4 cents, and we're at fractions of a penny, 0.00025 right now. I don't know if it will or not. Here's an area. We get some stuff here at just right under 2 cents. If that's situation, that's 900x. That's 900x. If this gets to 1.9 cents. So it's a definitely a lottery ticket style play. I don't think it makes that good of a trading coin unless you kind of see it, you know, moonbag it or something. It'd be an easy one to moonbag, and then you take your collateral out and you don't have to worry. You just sit and wait for it to go hit targets. This is just some ideas, some degen plays that I do. It's easy for me because I've been in the Cosmos ecosystem with the Phantom. Was it? That one used to be called Phantom Wallet. What's it called? Kepler Wallet. And some other wallets you can use. And it just opens up that ecosystem, and I've been in it for a long time, just letting stuff do what the DeFi and all that stuff over there. But I like that. I've got it staking. You get some good staking rewards too. So if you put it and stake it, and then, like I said, it's a VPN. I'm not shilling. I'm just sharing. That's all I'm doing. I'm sharing. You don't have to even like this project. You don't even know anything about the tokenomics of it. So that's what we're going to do right now. And we might even go over to Croc. Okay, what's happening here? Oh, come on. Crypto market cap. Coin market cap. Don't be doing this to me now. Here we go. But I think it's P2P now. Yeah, Sentinel. They changed their ticker. So this is it. Sentinel. DVPN was the old one. P2P is the new one. Market cap is $5.6 million. Oh my gosh, for real? Right now it's for $5.9 million. There are a bunch of these coins, so that's one of them. I do talk bad about coins with billions and billions. Total supply is 31 billion. Circulating supply is 22 billion, and then the rest of it's let out through the staking and all that. Here's some stats on it. Whales hold 93% because nobody else wants it, I guess. I don't know. So it may not be, to fit most people's risk tolerance or anything, but it's a decentralized protocol that revolutionizes. They all revolutionize the way virtual private networks VPNs operate by leveraging blockchain technology. Enables the creation of a decentralized VPN networks using open source modules and peer-to-peer bandwidth network. This innovative approach allows people to buy and sell bandwidth in a secure, transparent manner, and eliminating the need for centralized VPN providers. Operating on the Cosmos platform, the Sentinel's ecosystem includes desktop, wallet, client, mobile applications for Android, making it accessible to a broad user space. And like I said, I had to use this just to get an airdrop because nothing else was working. And you can download, you can pick what one you want to go with, which VPN you want to go with, and then you use this to pay for it. And it's so super cheap. Super cheap. Why, my staking rewards would cover my VPN usage. And what you got to download. So yeah, here Norse bought several of them, right? Solar DVPN. Just an idea, just sharing. I'm kind of curious what Croc would say about it. Bobby Menendez says, Red some bit space, haven't heard that in a while. Clear Marshmallow says, good shall overcome the bad, y'all. It will. Jackson says, everything is going down but Bitcoin dominance. Does kind of seem that way, right? There's not really a good scenario when Bitcoin dominance goes down. You look over there, or when it goes up. There's not a good season, a very good situation for altcoins when Bitcoin dominance goes up. Because if Bitcoin goes up with it, they're both going up. Altcoins suffer, and if Bitcoin starts going down while that's going up, which I mean we get little spurts of that happening, that's when altcoins have a tendency to dump, and it sucks. There's Kelly. Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic, Inu. Let's see. KuCoin's got that. MexC's got it. Let's check out MexC. Oh, we already got you over here. Cool. Nice. I think I already 236'd her out, and looks like she already tapped the last one. And pulled back. So where are we at? So it looks like last time we looked at this, there was a bottom pattern here, an inverted head and shoulder pattern. Looks like there's even possibly, you might have been able to look at that idea or something similar to it down here. But this was a nicer one with the definite neckline. I was able to use the little tool there, and it did what they do a lot. What I teach about them, I don't see other people talking about them. They say it's going to the upside, going to the downside. They never talk about how that they very often come back and retest that breakout area. They never talk about that, but hopefully that's just one of the benefits that you'll get on this show. Because I will keep talking about it until you're said, God, we know, Road Dog, you say it all the damn time. And you'll always be prepared. Because you'll know that as soon as you get that little flag to the upside, it breaks down, you know where you're headed, or most likely head. It has a high probability of coming back to retest the areas. She came back up. Now she's trying to do it again. Oh, I hope you don't. She's making higher highs and higher lows. And I'm going from candle bodies to candle bodies. Looks like we're going to have to skip over this one. Got a wick there, so that fills it in. That fills it in. And I will make the argument for a local pattern since we started here, consecutively making higher highs. It looks like the most fitting pattern to go with when you zoom out would be this bearish megaphone pattern, because they have a tendency to, when they break, to the downside, but man, they are fun to play until they do. And maybe there's got some more life to it. She didn't quite make it up to the trend line, so that's a little sign of weakness there. So we got to see, but it's saying maybe I just need another chance. Maybe I just need another chance. Maybe. We got one touch, two touch. We don't need to come back down. I look for 3 touches, and then I start getting scared for a dump. But some other things here look really good. I think we're coming back up to 11 cents. I would dare say probably a little bit higher. Oh, nice. 272 just out. $786 just on the bottom. Looking for a 113 at the top. Oh man, come on. So my AB equals D target that I'm looking for is going to be here at 11.6. Should be right there. we'll do our cheat method for it.
Drop a chair, shot my style.
Whoops. What is the local one?
Spread the vibe, share the chain.
So you can do it this way also. You can put it there. Oh, you get me a little higher. Did I screw something up? I'm going to go with you too. Oh, we will. So I look for things to square up. I don't have my square up. So we'll see how this plays out. This one may not do an AB equals CD. But we'll look. And I'm going to put you. I'm going to write a little note because I'm doing a little experiment here. All right. So, Harry, I do think she can come back up to 10 cents, 11 cents area, maybe a little bit more, maybe up to 12. Moving averages suggest, yeah, we can get up there, maybe even up here to 16 cents if this market starts cooperating, we do continue our higher highs and higher lows. Got to get past this red line here. Got past all the other little red lines, those little markers. And we can go ahead and take those guys off, I believe. And that's the daily. I guess we should come down to the 4 hour and see how she's doing on that one. Because this is the one that I'm gauging the strength of altcoins. And here on the 4 hour, been looking for this ribbon flip, right? They're still doing it. It's happening. It just takes a while. It just takes a long time. Even on this 4 hour chart, it's been watching these altcoins for feels like weeks trying to flip this ribbon, and it takes a while. But now we got all of them flipped. Well, mostly. Except this one, the little devil girl, the little Lucy line, and she'll be the last one to come across, and we're not worried about her so much. But as far as the other ones, they're ready to rock and roll. So we might come down to 7 cents. It might dip us down there on bad news or Bitcoin dumping or something like that. But I would look for that to kind of hold if that happens, or else hold where we are currently. So we will put that as a possibility. Not bad from here to up there to where we need to go back and retest is 48% gains. That's Harry Potter. Kelly says, I ate too much chicken, fell asleep, just woke up, and my sweet and Peak longs were doing good. Is Peak doing okay? It looked like she was going down again. Maybe she was dropping. Maybe she came out of it. Okay, she stopped bleeding. This coin, man. This coin. I've got some of it too, but I just see it. I just see that bag shrinking and shrinking, you know, the value of it shrinking and shrinking. I'm like, used to be worth more. It's a spot play and a long, you know, one of my longer term plays. She used to be over here, 50 something cents. Oh, look at that nice inverted head and shoulders played out. You ever notice that when you get a bottom reversal pattern over here, you know, when it is in the top range, that's about all you get is the measure move, and then a lot of times that's it. That's an idea to keep up with. Remember, they always have that chance to retest. We talked about that inverted head and shoulder. They break out, retest. It seems like they don't overhold those retests a lot. Rarely. That might be something to file away, just to always be very cautious when you see a setup like this that starts doing that. Notice that your lower high might not, that might be your toppy top, your second top. I'm just saying, just throw some ideas out there, things to look at and pay a little bit more attention to. Trend lines will always save you though. Trend line would do, just a standard trend line would get you out the same spot that idea would if she came down and lost it. So. But look, it's a cup and handle to the upside. And you know, you ask those people, how did they tell the difference between a cup and handle and a double top? And they will call you a weirdo and then ban you from their channel because they have no answer for that. Well, this one was a double top. It was not a cup and handle. It looked like it, could have been, but they are never a cup and handle until they confirm, and people don't even teach that according to the traditional stuff that I studied, and that is you got to get past here. It is, I mean, a cup and handle is not confirmed until price actually breaks up here. Same thing as if you were playing this as a channel or playing it as a level like Joe does. Joe talks about these things like being levels. That's very true. This is not confirmed. Even the channel ID is not confirmed till you get an actual breakout. And so for us to say, you know, if you're watching people and there's a lot cup and handle to the upside, what does that mean? Well, it's cup and handle to the upside. So you're saying it's going to go up? Well, it's cup and handle to the upside. Seen it happen many, many times. 90% chance they go up. Really? Not the ones that you draw, mister. I'm just saying. But that would have been an idea to follow, and I would have followed that idea. One thing that you're told with cup and handles is the dagger bottoms. You don't want that. You want nice roundiness, like the rounded bottoms that we look at. Like, you probably got it going over? Yeah. Well, almost, not really. We want the cup to look like this, and not like a ding-a-ling. When you get the ones that have the ding-a-lings, those are pokey. We want soft and round for cup and handles, ideally. And the rule of thumb is, man, avoid the ones with dagger bottoms because, well, they don't play out. But some people don't see the dagger bottoms, or if they do, they just discount them, don't talk about them, don't explain anything. Don't explain, you know, what this pattern really means, what's really happening here. It's accumulation, a slow accumulation for a cup and handle, if that's what it's doing. This one rarely is a failed one. I'm not leaving that in there because on it, I got sidetracked. I do that. Anyway, where we are now and what we're going to do. What can we be doing now? Jeez. Whew. Peak, you got to do better. But I'm glad to see that you found a little place that you might have had support. Let's see if we got any kind of bottom. Oh, nice. She bottomed, she went up, she came down, she bottomed at that same area. That's cool. Let's go from there to there and is it me or is it you? Okay, I still got you down. Oh, is that where you're at now though? Okay, I didn't see that. Okay, cool. I'll put this one on here. I don't think we'll hit this line, but if things go south, 6.5 cents could be on the radar. I don't think it's going to, but it's there as a backup plan, right? And always need a backup plan. So peak, let's plot you red so I know what you are. Let's plot you color. I know what you are now. You were. I think we did something here, and it was a different fib. They're like Legos. They interlock and interact with each other. They hook up and all this little stuff. You can. They're intersectional. Just like Jason Casper, he's intersectional. No. We could track that. We're going to look at all this stuff. She's just. My personal opinion, she's just in a little narrow channel, and it needs to make some kind of partial decline or something. She looks like she's trying to hold 4-hour time frame. This one does not look as good as the other altcoins for ribbon flipping at the moment, so peak's going to struggle for a little while. And I guess since we got some new bottoms there, we need to. I'm going to take this, put it right here. That's our new one. And if this is our bottom, which it's got a good chance to be, we'll consider it our bottom until it tells us something different, and then we'll curse at it and throw tomatoes at it or something. 236, nice support resistance flip. We have support here, resistance there. So I like that as a confirmation that, yeah, that might be bottom. 10 cents. Can we get back to, oh my God, you're not at 10 cents again. Seems like you were 13 cents last time I was following you, and now you're not. Yeah, you were over here. You suck, dude. Look at this trend line, bottoms to bottoms, and then resistance. It's going to continue to be the resistance wherever price hits it. So 15 cents if it goes up in that area. If it comes down this trajectory and we start going up in that trajectory, something like 15, 16 cents. And then she's got to figure out something. So there's some gains. I mean, if from here to there, if you add your position, open a position or whatever, it takes some conviction to do one like this. I mean, they're at the bottoms and that's great, but it takes them a while to get going sometimes. That's what you got to realize when you're buying bottoms. It takes them a while to move. You got to be patient with it, and you can't be saying, "Oh my gosh, oh no, it went south." You know, you're buying bottoms, so we want to keep buying bottoms if you're believing in that theory. And hopefully, you're not in the coin that's just going to go to zero and rug pull. Sometimes they do that. I don't think Peak is going to. I think Peak's got potential. Just taking a while. I think the tokenomics have something to do with it. New truck on wave, husband will ever pick, says Cleary Marshmallow. MJ Motorsports says they call you weirdo and ban you from the channel. Well, this is where we win. We got a weirdo running the show. Oh, that's where we win. We got a weirdo running the show. Bitcoin 15-minute. Bitcoin, I'm on the 4 hour. That looks good. Okay, well, I walk into the time frames, so I will get there. But right now, we got the 100 crossing barely over the 200, so we got some resistance there. We're trying to fight through. 15-minute will probably put us right up to it. Okay, I'm on the 15-minute now. Same things, man. I use these same techniques for every freaking thing now. It was mostly trend lines and patterns. Started out that, you know, and indicators comes from my bots experience from back in the day. And then when the fibs were just awesome, and it just took me a long time to find information on how to really use it, other than people just doing a look 618 same with the bounce. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so we just pull. That's all we do. We just look for a 618. That's what we use the fib for. 618. Is that it? Is that it? No, there's a whole freaking rabbit hole with that Fibonacci. A whole freaking rabbit hole world. And I got the cliff notes. I had to find them and put them all together, and I'm still looking for other missing little tidbits that I'm piecing in here. It's coming. It's a coming. But this is what I like. I don't think anybody else teaches the fibs this way, about how you can, you know, use them this way. And not that I'm special, but it's just, you know, I mean, this works. This works. This is the juiciest area to buy when you can pull your swing to high to low. Anywhere below that 236 is that's the place to stock up to make some money, to accumulate to make some money if you're believing in this move. And then we got to see if we can get past some certain areas, which mainly a 0.5 Fibonacci. But between here and there, you can make some, you know, get good stop losses in place. I mean, you got plays if you're buying out here. In most cases, you do. Sometimes it might take a little long for whatever's going on to work out. But this one, this one came back and retested that, and she's trying to go back up. So she's headed, in my personal opinion, climbing the Fibonacci ladder to our next target. Right over here. And on the 15-minute, we also have the 800 moving average, the 360 cross bearish. So that's some, yeah, that's trying, you know, that's some downward pressure there. But we still have Miss Lucy right here. That's the little devil girl, that little red one right here, this big fat red one above the 800, and that's bullish. And when that happens, it kind of can give us a little push up, a little extra little area that we might be able to push into, and we might be able to push into that 618 just because of that reason alone, in my personal opinion. We'll see how that operates. And that's the area I've been looking for this whole weekend to come in, is that 107 area. And I've got a limit order sitting right there just waiting to get hit, and I'm hoping it does. You know, that's my theory, is that we can get there. It just hasn't played out yet. But that's the take that I'm playing for this weekend. And it takes patience. Man, it really does take a lot of patience in trading. And I swear, man, when I see people that short this market, I mean, I mean the ones that can get the entries, right? Because, I mean, and it's not, my system lets me get in on these if I've got the conviction to take them, a lot of these entries for this. I've, you know, with the AB equals CD moves, because that's a great way to catch the tops is AB equals C. That's what they're there. So when those play out, those are great play. But man, the conviction it takes to hold on to that while it decides to start going bearish, that is the hardest thing for me when it comes to shorting these tops. I can get a great entry, but I don't have the conviction to hold it, or I get stopped out. I don't have the conviction to get the position size I need. So what happens to me, I've found, and you guys can probably relate because a lot of us make the same mistakes, and we all still make mistakes. Even your pro trader YouTuber, he makes a lot of mistakes, trust me. They just don't talk about it. But if you talk about them things and the troubles that you have, you know, it lets other people know, hey man, I can relate. And instead of acting like you got the answers, you can, you know, I mean, or I don't know. Anyway, so the problem is, I mean, what if you, I mean, nailing this? Because I did. I had a short entry over here. I couldn't. What would happen? It didn't have the conviction. And to put a big order, so you do a little short, just nibble, right? Well, it starts coming down. You're like, crap, I need to add my position. So you add some, right, wherever, and then maybe you do it right and add at the retest, or maybe you're chasing down and screw up but you can screw up your position entry by adding to your trade. And then, you know, you come back up and oh crap, you get stopped out. It's that easy to get stopped out. Whereas possibly taking a bigger position size, lower leverage with a stop loss up there, you wouldn't have as much worry about it because you got lower leverage. But it's trying to take these higher leverage ones that kind of gets us into those pickles, I think. But if you'd have started out with 2x, bigger position size, and then as the short comes on, what I'm finding, then you can crank up your leverage, which actually frees up capital. And then maybe you can find places if you want to add or take profits and things like that. But it's just, it's a battle for me when I do get these really nice places just to keep them. Because that was hard. It was hard to hold that. But then I happened to be watching another YouTuber the other day. It's actually Optical Art. I happened to catch him. He was talking about his short that he still had from there. And I was just like, dude, hey man, the fact that you've still got that thing open from all this chop that we had there, that says a lot. That really does. And the same things, I mean, and some people struggle with the longs. Now, I don't struggle with it when it comes to the longs because I have this penchant for buying falling knives, it seems. That's one of the habits that I've always had to work on because I like bottoms. I do. And if you match with one of my lower fibs now, which that helps me out with that now, whereas used to I'd be chasing, oh no, and still sometimes that idea, you know, sometimes it'll still pull a woogie, you know, pull a woolly booger on you and still go lower. But I feel, you know, I don't have a problem holding on to these guys and working those, but shorting at these tops, man, that is hard. That's hard. And then even if you try to wait till it breaks levels, it still can screw with you, right? You still got to have conviction. You get in here and then it comes up for a retest. And you're like, oh, that's going to short me out. It's going to stop me out. Or it might stop you out. You put your stop loss and profit and could have stopped you out. And then you missed the good, you know, it takes a lot of conviction. And that comes from experience with the shorting and just letting them play out. Anyway, that's what I got for Bitcoin on the. I don't know how we get from this to talking about shorting. I don't know how that happened, but that's where we went to. So there we go. I don't ever know what the hell I'm going to be talking about, to be honest. So when one butt cheek is slightly higher than the other, it's about to blast off. I mean, it's sometimes I would say a little bit more likely than not. A higher low, you'd have a higher low. Yeah. Like when you got to lift up the right leg when then you, yeah, you know you're lift. Yeah, you got it. It's kind of. Sometimes they're silent. Sometimes you won't hear them coming, and sometimes you know. Sometimes. I think you're special, road dog. I'm special. I got a special helmet. New guys, thanks all your. Hey, I appreciate it. You are welcome. What did I do? Something I forgot. Short-term memory loss here. Wonder where that come from. Sam says, do the head and shoulders need to be squared off too? I don't know if I can. I'm trying to understand the context. Squared off, if I'm trying to interpret that, I look for, and to me, a neckline is important when it comes to head and shoulders, whether it's a regular one or an inverted one. And it's not as important to Thomas Bukowski. That's where, you know, I kind of different from him. This I learned, honestly, the head and shoulders pattern was one of the first patterns I learned. And you know where I picked it up from? From those articles, those TA articles that go over Bitcoin. And there have been analysts that actually talked about how they worked. And one of the things that he was driving home, and I did, and I just applied everything I learned from there because he's going by the rules. This one here has got a higher shoulder than this one. When that happens, that's lessening the likelihood for it to play out. The best ones have that lower shoulder, lower than this shoulder. Those are the ones that you really, really want to pay some freaking attention to. This one could bust out. It could fake out. It very could, because this could be something else. You could be just looking at ascending on a bull flag with an ascending triangle or descending triangle. I mean, that's what that could be. But the lower shoulder than this over here, and you got a solid neckline. I look for a solid neckline. Now Thomas Bukowski just goes from armpit. He's good with, I think, just touching like this point and that point, 2 points. And some other people are too. And I think even Thomas Bukowski would probably see this as a complex head and shoulder. I don't know. I'm kind of curious. Would you? I don't like that. I mean, you can and say it played out as it and all this other stuff, but I would look at this. I mean, I like this. I would look at the idea, but I wouldn't actually play it as that pattern. I would be playing this. I don't know if you can see it as me. A lot of people were calling, look, it's a complex shoulder, head and shoulders to the upside. And it did go to the upside, but it was also, if I'm applying my trendline stuff, it's also this opening broadening pattern, which, by golly, has that same exact measure move that actually got hit. Look at that. Or well, let's put you hit down here. Oh my God. So I think it's better if you zoom out on them, even if you do local patterns, or even if you're zooming out and doing a channel idea. I still would have got the same thing. I would have got the same. Well, I got a little bit more on this one. Same thing. I don't have to sit here and, you know, stress about whatever a neckline or anything like that. Now there might be one. I just, yeah. I didn't see. I wasn't looking at that. Let's get that shoulder. This could be your fat head, and then a tiny little shoulder. But you got to squint your eyes to see all that stuff. It's just easier to me just to zoom out and look at the trend lines and say, I've got one or two or both of these patterns that are actually, you know, triangles are parts of channels. If you go with the road dog traditional T8 theory or whatever, channel theory. I didn't come up with it. I'm just regurgitating the stuff that I've learned from more traditional sources. that seems to be, that's slowly proven itself to me over time. I used to hate this idea. They say, look at our channels. I'm like, that's boring. I don't like it. I don't believe in your channels. Bull crap. I wasn't into it. I wanted all the fancy little pattern things and all the little fancy bells and whistles and all the indicators and all that. And then it turns out, man, the easier things, zoom out, channels, triangles, that works for, that's kind of really all you need for patterns, to be honest with you. Trend lines are the biggest thing. I forgot what I was talking about, man. Oh, we were doing the invert. Oh, the head and shoulders, but the complex head and shoulders. That one's. I want to take a look and see what Mr. Bukowski has to say about that. So this is a patternsite.com, and I wish it had a dark screen and a Griever thing to show you, but it doesn't. But this is a great place for alpha on patterns. He's the guy who came up with. He did all the homework, all the calculations, and all this back testing, the study on that, and wrote this encyclopedia and chart pattern book. He is the author behind it. All right, and he will give you the accurate statistics, whereas any other standard YouTuber keep regurgitating 68% for every breakout. It doesn't work that way, folks. Everything does not always 68%. It might be close. Might be close, but there's some differences there. And all it tells me when I see people that keep saying that is that you're too damn lazy to do your homework, and actually you probably cut a lot of other corners too in your TA, and that's what that tells me. Because you didn't dig enough to find out, so well, now you're teaching and making up your own rules. Now, this stuff has been tried and tested to the scientific method and everything else. So I would have believe this a lot more than I would somebody's. I think it's 68%. It's 68% for everything. Yeah, 68% everything. Every pattern has a 68% chance. No. Some of them are really sucky, and then some of them depend on what section of the market you're in. Are you in a bullish? Are you in a bullish phase? Are you in a bullish trend or a bearish trend? Because that affects shit. Head and shoulders, bottoms, complex bottoms. Well, this is a complex. Oh, well, let's see with that's not the bottom. Let's go with that one. The one we're looking at was a bottom though, so that I will. See, here's Thomas with his little freaky neckline here. I would not do that. But he does, so I have to show that because, he's got valid statistics for that. I don't play that. But there is a measure rule, so. Are you calling this? I don't see a multi-peak pattern. Or what the hell? Complex head and shoulder bottom trading lesson. Really? Where is it? I know a lot of people would see an inverted head and shoulders right here. He didn't say anything about that. I know a lot of people see an inverted head and shoulders here. I don't even see where you're saying it though, Thomas. I don't see a. I don't see it. Next chart, please. Okay. Maybe there's something else. Oh, are we missing it? Overhead resistance highlighted by a red line. Yeah. Sees price bump against that ceiling, turned down for a failed trade, meaning it didn't hit the measure rule target. The red circle, especially frightening, is especially frightening. A solid block of resistance. Okay, what the hell? Did I? Maybe I should have read the first one. Multi-peaks and complex head and shoulder bottoms appear to be particularly deadly. In this example of a trading trap, after a multi-peak pattern, so we go like a triple top, three, multi-peak pattern, highlighted in red. A bullish complex head and shoulders bottoms appear. I don't see it. I mean, I seriously, I would think that this would be starting to look a little bit more like an atom. Well, this would be an atom, so you'd think, well, I gotta force this into an Eve, and it doesn't even look like a good Eve. I don't, unless you're trying to say this. But we're on complex. This is not regular head and shoulder. All right, the chart pattern breaks upward. The blue dot, is that a blue dot? And price rises a minor amount before reversing, ending in a failed trade. Are you talking about this? Is this the inverted head and shoulders you're talking about? I don't know. So we read that. And then slide 3. I like to see complex head and shoulders with nearly horizontal necklines. Relatively flat pattern. Small amount of overhead resistance. Is this what the hell? The complex head and shoulders looks flat. Yeah, red line. Okay, that's where you're... Like it will have a good footing bounced higher. I show the neckline. Dude, all this would fit into a channel for me. All that would fit into a channel for me. That's to me that's too complicated. I mean, you're making something easy complicated by having to get into all of that, in my personal opinion. Okay, well, we did that. Most of his stuff is clearer. But yeah, that. Anyway. Well, that was frustrating. Special turkey. Got to get the whole body into it. And if you hold your mouth right, that's all season long. Hey, there's Joe. Oh man, Joe's leaving. He didn't say whether is he streaming tonight? And we are 12 o'clock. We are midnight. All right, let's take a look over here at, I don't think I missed any altcoins on the list that we're at. Oh, except for Zeal. We didn't go over Zeal. We're going to look at Zeal. How's that one doing? I did nibble at that little sucker. And then I put an, oh, well, my hope for her to come down here did not happen. And that's why I nibbled. And now... All right, so I put a little nibble in last night on this because I kind of like the chart, and I think I can't remember. I think we were just down here on this. I don't think we made it up here to there yet. And now we're starting to show some parabolic moves, right? To me, I'm trying to determine right now if I'm going to go ahead and move the order I had here and go ahead and put it in to the trade or put it into the position. So I'm going to zoom out. Gosh darn it, that is high. So I was looking with the limited amount of information that we had, and it looked like she hit a, if I remember right, I thought she was hitting, yeah, her 3618. So she was right under it. Okay. So that's where she went to. I think we marked that out. She did continue. I cannot bitch about that. Now let's see if we can figure something. So this one's tricky because this one's brand new. It's got a low market cap, and that's one of the biggest reasons I wanted to go ahead and get in, because she can keep on going. So I did nibble. Now you went to 200. Okay. So I think this one is looking pretty strong. Let's take a full on. Yeah. All right. And I'm gonna take it all the way from the very bottom there, all the price action in the account here. So she's holding this 236 area after this nice big move, and she didn't come back down like I thought. So she's looking a lot more bullish than I was willing to give her credit for. Not that she's ready to go off to the moon, because she could still lose it. So now I'm going to come down, see a bearish cross there. There is a chance that she might lose it and come down and touch the 50. Done it before. So I'm going to split my entries between this and where it is now. I'm going to take where you at? Zeal? Oh, nice. Damn, how much did you go up? I thought I only put 50 bucks in. Where was it last night? It was somewhere around here, right? You're at 20, you're up 30%? Okay. Did I put more in? I was building just a small bag. I thought I put 50 bucks in. I've got 142 in there. But I do have that order. I had an order for 572 at 8.7 cents. So I'm going to move half of that order to 13.13. So it's not much. I'm basically putting in about $35 there. I'm not putting thousands of thousands or big, huge positions in. I'm going to let this one kind of build. And then I take the other part, put it here, and go ahead and add it to my position. Okay, so now with ZIL, I've got 1,059. Is that right? The dollar amount didn't change. I think that's right. $176. I think it was what? Added about $35 to it. So that's 16 cents now. So when we see what happens here, whether it holds this area or maybe it comes back, maybe even comes back to 10 cents, and I would consider adding more there. So what I like to do with something like this is just build a small position. Now maybe I should jump in more, but you know, I had to kind of pull some funds together to work this position out. So I'm not trying to go all crazy and put where I got it from at risk. So I'm going to be looking at all these little areas and see if she can retrace. And if she does, my plan would be to add a little bit more to my position. And that can help kind of lower my entry cost. And remember, this was just kind of getting started, what we saw about it. And ZIL, oh, this not over here. CoinGecko, I think, had it, right? CoinGecko. Is new coin. It's Zealous, I think is or Zeal. So this one says $8.5 million market cap. Fully diluted valuation is $40 million. Circulating supply is 51 million. That got me. Total supply is 240 million. That the most of them are in the billions, maybe in the trillions. So this one can do numbers. It can do multiples a lot easier than those with billions and billions of tokens. Especially when she's just starting out. And then this is a swap that is the first DEX on the Caspa ecosystem. Now, will this be the end-all be-all? I don't know. I mean, you had Alex as being one of the first DEX over on the Bitcoin thing, and then you had some other ones come in. You had Radium for Solana, and then a bunch of others like Orca and things like that. And they're just kind of floating out there. You don't hear much from Alex. It had an exploit. There's a lot of things that can go on to make this not as great as what it could be, and it could be replaced by something better. But this is the first one, still in testnet, and considering the low amount of tokens that it has, compared to Caspa, which is what it's on, the chain that it's on, which has billions of coins. I think we can get some. This looks like a pretty decent little thing. And Justin was the first. Justin Crypto. I don't know if he's still in here, but he's the first one to mention it. I didn't know anything about it. So shout out to you, Justin. Appreciate you for sharing this one, sharing the alpha. So far, it looks pretty good. She will have to pull back at some point, so she's got to level out. There will still be some time. I think you can still get it somewhere between 10 and 20 cents after she kind of does it a little bit. But right now, where did it go again? The market cap at 8 million. shoot. It goes up to 100 million. If this works with Caspa, they get stable coins and get all the smart contract stuff going on Caspa and it being fast and everything like it is. I mean, Caspa can make a comeback. Actually get use case, and it may be next cycle before we really start, and even through the bear market we start seeing all this stuff really start expand. But they can get a lot bigger than just $8 million. Take a look at PancakeSwap. PancakeSwap at 238. Now this thing goes up a lot higher than 238, okay? But at 238, it's got a market cap of 765 million. That's like a 100x from what we got there. So could you get 100x out of it? Maybe 50x, 20x. You can get some X's out of it, so I think it's worth me playing. And this is on the 1 hour, the 15-minute. Looks like what are you trying to do over here? It looks like she was doing this and lost it, and she may be coming down. Correction, ABC correction. This is what you see, Elliot. ABC. No, you're seeing a freaking fifth wave trying to come. So. Yeah, well, I can't. Yeah, you're still got some curve going on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if Joe's going live, but I'm going to check him out tonight. If he is, I'll be over there. Sweet, 10 million Road Dog, 221 MA about to cross. What? Oh, 10 minute. Do I have a 10 minute? I don't know if I got a 10 minute. I mean, I got one, but I don't use it. 10 minute. What were you saying? The 221 about to cross. Yeah. Trying. Now, see, now I also use a 9 in between the 21 there. It may do it. It may do it. I was first looking for signs that it may be trying to roll over, and it still can. It can still roll over. This is good. 50 crossing the 102, so that makes me think that yeah. That's pretty nice, Swee. Why'd you come from 280 to 291? So we're already up 20 cents on Swee. Sucks she lost that. We get, oh cool, above the 618. This is probably a 0.5 from a bigger thing. I'm just going to draw a zone because I want to see what happens right in here. I think that could be the rejection area before she comes back for, trying to make some kind of, if she's going to hold here, she'll probably come down and make a higher low somewhere around 2870 at some point next week or something, or whenever. I don't know. We're on the 10 minute, right? It's got. But yeah, I could see a situation where we come up here and then we got to pull back, and I don't know, maybe we can come back here and bounce, or maybe come down for a higher low, any of those situations. But this is going to be an area where I would look at for the resistance right around $3 and $3.05. Let me zoom out so I can kind of see the bigger picture, because that's where the real alpha comes from, in my personal opinion. And oh yeah, Lucy's still below that. Shoot, this is a good area to stock up on some of that, I think. ABC. Oh shoot, yeah, it could be the low hour. He says it could. Yeah, we could continue down. I think we got a good chance to come up to 330 or retest these areas. Let me see if you fit yet. Not really. Not really. Not yet. To me, with the moving averages, it tells me that this might be a bottom. We got to wait for some confirmation. It was a lower low, so it's a risky one, but I like that. I like that. Do we have some divergence there? A little bit. Not as much as we'd like. So there's a little bit of, there's some weak bullish divergence here. I think the hidden exaggerated, is it exaggerated? No, it's not technically, it's the other form. Anyway, there's a weak ass form in there. Let's also put this guy on there. So I know we were looking at 305 on the 10-minute, but the bigger time frames suggest that, you know, maybe it can go a little higher. Anyway, this is a pretty decent place to accumulate. I think a lot of people will be looking at a head and shoulders situation. It might. She can also invalidate that idea. For the moving averages, they look pretty decent to me. That she's still got a chance. And I am expecting a surprise run tomorrow on altcoins. I think it'll come. That's what I'm looking for. I think we're setting up for that. It's where the market makers play, I believe. And I think altcoins might have a chance to pump between now and Monday, and then I think they might start playing their games again. And I'm not convinced that it's a great time to be, you know, really heavy in the altcoins just yet. But we can still take profits on the way and try to build some bags on some of them until we do get those little signs that we need to be in now. But they're definitely cheap now. A lot of them on their third sell this whole ride. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to call it a night. Thank you for being here. We've been went over my 2-hour limit. Gosh darn it. Time to go to the Instagram. I got some new music over here if you want to hang out and listen to it for a little bit, a few songs or something. After I shut down, I don't know if Joe's live or not tonight. He doesn't always go live, but I'll go search, and if he is, I'll be hanging out there. Appreciate you for hanging out, guys. You got to be patient in this shaky market with the altcoins, and then keep your eye on Bitcoin, because they might be trying to pull one on us. Huh, that sounds cool. Buckazoids? I think they should. That's been my thesis since Thursday or Friday, that we should see something happen this weekend. But I don't know how long the goodness will last.
Prices soaring, the world's caught in a chase. But my cool head keeps me in my place. I dodge the hype, won't follow the crowd. My strategy's my heart, I'm standing proud. Volatility's a beat, it's a salsa sway. I move my feet, but I don't lose my way. Every choice I make, it's a step I own. With discipline, I'm never alone. Fuego! Up and down, the market spins around. passion flows. Yeah, with discipline I'm unstoppable. Yeah, I'm in control. Fuego.
Beneath a silver sky where shadows weave, I chase a coin that no heart will.
This one's got Chris Isaac vibes. If you're a Chris Isaac fan.
Its pulse is wild, a flicker in the dark. A fleeting spark that could steal my heart. Oh, heart. I choose my ground, a platform cold and true. This market's a lover, her secrets untold. The charts hum low, a lonesome serenade. Play her wrong, she'll leave you bare.
I don't know if the mic was on, but this is a Chris Isaac
In the crypto
style.
moonlight, I'm riding high. Leverage soft like a sigh in the night. Stop loss carved where the shadows fall. I'm chasing stars, but I won't lose it all. Oh, crypto moonlight, you burn so cold. I'm trading my heart, but I'm keeping my soul. Liquidation looms, a thief in the haze. Margins my guard through these reckless days. Yeah, days. I steal my gain slow like a lover's touch. Strew out in silence, never wanting too much. Much. In the crypto moonlight, I'm riding high. Leverage soft like a sigh in the night. Stop loss carved where the shadows fall. I'm chasing stars, but I won't lose it all. Oh, crypto moonlight, you burn so cold. I'm trading my heart, but I'm keeping my soul. Under the crypto moonlight where desires fade. I stand my ground with a plan in my hand. Oh, crypto moonlight, cast your glow on me. I'm bound to your fire, but my heart's still free. Trapped in bad dreams, oh, Bitcoin. Market crash, my
Thank you, I appreciate the feedback.
went low.
Kill Bill soundtrack. Could be.
So too soon I lost my way. Bad dreams shake my soul. Bad dreams, bad dreams. Foremost things I chase, the spark, chase. Hold on, now I see
dominance is dropping. Looks like you got another rejection there. That'd be good for altcoins tomorrow. Hope it continues to drop. It could find some support. That would suck again. Total 3 on the 6 minute, getting a little raw as Bitcoin drops. And people are selling out the nasty fiat to get back into crypto. Slowly, little at a time.
Bad dreams shake my soul. Market twist, they steal my sleep. Rise again, my gains to keep. Bad dreams.
Wow, Ethereum, look at you.
When my wallet drips, you know it does. Tease the dip, I played the game. Hold it slow, I stack so fine. I build profile, fine. I build my wealth by brick by brick. Moon so high, my coins allure. I built my wealth by brick by brick. Doubts fade and miss my spark. I built my wealth by brick by brick. Doubts fade and miss my spark. I built my wealth by brick by brick. Doubts fade and miss my spark. I built my wealth by brick by brick. Doubters fade, then miss my spark. Now I shine, my wallets are shine. I built my wealth by brick by brick. Never not that big, it's me. The bars to me and I just lazy. Some your future is getting clean. Wanna know is generous. I built my wealth by brick by brick. Moon so high, my coins are low. I built my wealth by brick by brick. Doubt is fade and miss the spark. I built my wealth by brick by brick. Doubt is fade and miss my spark. I built my wealth by brick by brick. Doubt is fade and miss my spark. I built my wealth by brick by brick. Doubt is fade and miss my spark. Now I shine, my wallets are shine. I built my wealth by brick by brick.
No, I didn't cover ETH, but I'm going to it right now on the weekly time frame. And 33.7 looks like the good next target where we can get some stuff. But also 4,058 looks really juicy, and that's where we've been rejected before at that 786. So, in addition to that, for a higher high target, I don't know when, but from what we got, 554.20.
Trapped in bad dreams, oh, Bitcoin. Market crash, my coins went low. So too soon, I lost my way.
Do explain.
Bad dreams shake my soul. Cold dips hit hard, but I won't fold. For most things, I chase the spark. Chase. Hold on now, I see the moon. See. Bad dreams.
I still think if Ethereum was good. It's like they'd come back just to freak people out. I would see it as a retest of this breakout.
Rise again, my gains to keep. Bad dreams shake my soul.
Ooh, I don't like this. I'm on the 12-hour here. I mean, it's not bad, but this can explain some of the resistance we got on Ethereum. The moving average is still trying to work through that. I think she's on the right track. And who knows, maybe we'd see 2400 testing in. It could happen or something right there. Maybe you can come back down to 22, but we're on the right track. And 33 will be coming before too long. I know everybody tries to make this stuff look like it happens different, but the money will be flowing into Ethereum, and then after Ethereum, probably more than likely a Solana and all the other layer ones. That's just how the big money flows, and it doesn't really change. And then we start going to the smaller altcoins. So I don't know if you got that as part of your strategy, but your better ideas are to go for the layer ones instead of going ahead and going for the smaller market cap coins altogether right now, because it will roll over. So most of the money will be heading to layer ones. We'll see those pump, and then we'll roll out of that into the smaller market caps. So if you go to the smaller ones first, you miss out on the first run, and you're just sitting there waiting, quitting your thumbs until the coin moves. So we want to try to lean a little bit more heavy toward layer ones at this point in the market, honestly. Probably need to talk about this more on tomorrow's stream if I remember it.
I like the way you move me, stack my dreams. Dips don't break, I ride the wave. Market swings, I'm still your fool. I like the way you move me, stack my dreams. Doubters fall, they miss the spark. I like the way you move me, stack my dreams. Doubters fall, they miss the spark.
Elliot, thanks for going up for a double top. 109 for Litecoin. The British pound should be tumbling. Rune, oh my god, I hope you gotta do better than this. And Solana.
I like the way you move me, stack my dreams. Doubters fall, they miss the spark. I like the way you move me, stack my dreams. Doubters fall, they miss the spark. I like the way you move me, stack my dreams. Doubters fall, they miss the spark. I like the way you move me, stack my dreams. Doubters fall, they miss the spark.
And Solana.
miss the sport. Business hard.
Oh.
Wanna guess my next big trade? Trade. Body dip, I make it pop. Hold on tight, the moon's my game. Guess the morning stack my coins, I'm way too
I hope we don't hit 130, but we could with Solana.
paper hands them crash and fold, bye. My wallet sings the crypto go, sink. Guess the moon. Yes,
Platinum took a drop. Oh, sweet. Platinum hit. Oh my gosh. Hit a 2618. Oh, wow. Holy shit. Holy crap. Look how cheap Platinum was. I didn't know that. Dude, Platinum is never around, rarely ever around 980.
Paper hands them crash and
I would say that, but it looks like it has been for a while. I've been out of the jewelry business for a while. Man, when I was in the jewelry business, Platinum was up there. Getting your rings rhodium coated or buying white gold. That is impressive as. That's cool. Platinum. I bet Tori Trade's got a good winning trade out of that one. She plays Platinum. She's also a trendline person, and if you want some more alpha on trend lines, go check out Tori Trades. We got a similar system when it comes to trend lines. She doesn't use the time frames or anything else like I do, but she's no Tennessee homegirl. Oh, I don't like that. That's good. That's bitchin'. Crude oil came back down.
It's hard to keep track of all the risks I'm taking. With every trade, there's a chance that I might be faking. But I know that I need to.
I just happened to look over the chat and see that you were asking about WT. I was just going through my little list over here, and I recently added on there. Just saw that. Cool. Synchronicity, I guess, is what that is. That's cool. Resonance. That's cool. Those intuition vibes come out. Yeah, that's a nice move. I'm trying to let me come out and zoom out on this one. Like on the that's the 10 minute. I'm gonna try to get the monthly here. It does look like I think a breakout is coming. Oil's going to start getting more expensive. I thought we were trying to avoid that with our economy today. Let's see, we got resistance here.
It's not easy to balance risk and reward, but I know that with patience and persistence I'll find my way forward. I'll keep on learning and adapting as I go.
Could it possibly come down before going up?
To ensure a better future for me and mine to grow.
To me, it looks like we might have a chance to come back up to 81, and I hope not 98. What kind of situation would that put our country in? What kind of economic situation will we have if oil is expensive like that? And that would kind of point toward maybe a war. I don't like that. We really want it to come down, I think.
It's not easy to balance risk and reward.
But she's got momentum. And it may be, a little shaky, and it may take a little while. Oh, good. I'm on the 2-week. Maybe it will go on into like winter when it normally goes up. I think during the winter we can expect that. Maybe it'll take a little time. I don't want to see it go up too fast. I mean, that wouldn't be good for the economy.
So I can stay ahead of the curve. I gotta say that I'm sorry at the end of the night. For every mistake, I'll make it right. It's not easy to balance risk and
Let's see. Last time Trump was in office and we came from a
but
bottom.
I know that with patience and persistence, I'll find my way forward. I'll keep on learning and adapting.
We did something like
as
that
I go,
into the winter, right?
to ensure a brighter future for me
No.
and mine to grow.
It's squeezing like this. Wow, I just don't know what that's going to mean for everything else if oil keeps going up.
Yeah, rising through the night. Caught in the glow. Where the charts collide, dips fade away. I'm on this neon.
I need 120.98 Solana. It may come later this summer. I do think in January, Ave, I mean, the GAN analysis you got over on the Telegram group, I can see that play out. I can see the openings for that to play out exactly like you got it over there with the GAN stuff, really. And so it's coming back to 94,000 in July. Whenever what all that stuff happens in the last part of July, yeah, I think that's possible. So I'm one of the few who likes to hit 155. Well, I mean, for a trade, yeah, but for the actual ramifications for what it would have on our economy, though, that scares the crap out of me.
Washed away the stains, markets are hung. Echoes in my core.
Tori Trade, I don't think she does WTI. I think she does, but she does play oil too. She plays oil and platinum. I haven't watched her in a minute. I like to see how she's been doing on her trades.
Dips turn to light. I'm riding
Silver is doing really good.
every crash I doubt.
Is it AG? Is that right? Or is it just silver? Gosh darn it! Just type silver.
Bull runs my dawn, burning up the night.
Well, we got silver token XAG.
Neon bull run lighting up the sky.
Tether's got your plays on here. It's a good way to track into the crypto sector. $36, huh? That's crazy. It's crazy that $17. What was that? Oh, seriously? I didn't know silver dumped in December. I wasn't paying attention to it. November, December. On Christmas Eve, silver was $18 an ounce. Oh my God! Not long though, I don't think.
Crypto's my spark, my fight, my gleam.
Oh, that's December 2nd. When crypto exploded, silver dumped. That's interesting.
The chaos rise through the grind.
Wow.
Neon's my
You'd be doubled up if you'd picked up some there, huh? Wish I had.
neon bull run lighting up the sky. Rising through the dark, I'm
Back
flying
there.
high.
Let's see if we can get up to
Those glow fade my soul.
39 and 41.
Shines, I found my gold. Neon bull run, run, run. Oh, 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 yeah. Neon lights ignite. Yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 yeah.
You got some better targets, I think, right here.
Run, run, run. Oh, oh.
Oh, yeah, we got it right there. Yeah, 39. She may have trouble with getting past $40.
Oh, I send my stack astray.
$50 silver. That would be crazy. What if he does something like that? When was that? That was June 24th. June 2024, last summer. $52. Wow. Hey, you make it sound like you can't make any money on silver, like it just, you know, a slow play. But they got plays in this market, at least on this token. Huh. It's interesting. Abe says Joe is live. Okay. Joe is live. I don't have his link to put in here. I can get it over here. Alright, let me put Joe's link in there. Hey, thank you, Diaz. I appreciate it. Turn the music down a little bit. Yeah, it's great, but these solar players keep busting the overall astrology thesis at times. It's crazy. Well, that's wild. Oh, crap. That didn't work. There we go. So I put Joe's link up there and it's in the chat. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out, listening to the music and everything. And I'm going to go check out Joe's channel and see what's going on over there. And let's get the little dog to wave, and we'll say good night, John boy. Oh, gosh, I can't get the wave. I don't think you can wave in front of the bra girl. Oh, yeah, there he is. And see through her. Good night, everybody. Good night, John boy.